This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to the British TV Watchlist, the podcast that covers Brit shows worth the binge. From an American point of view, we've got insight and analysis into actors, characters, storylines, and entire series. If it's streaming on the telly, we've got thoughts. So pop the kettle on, settle in, and let's get started with another episode of the British TV Watchlist.
Aloha from beautiful Hawaii, the home of Kahana Bay on Oahu, Kapiolani Park, and the Sleeping Giant on Kauai. Hi there, it's Michael T. Today, on the British TV Watchlist, we venture to the Southern Hemisphere, and we take a look at the quaint, cozy mystery from New Zealand, the Brokenwood Mysteries, and the elements that help make the show so appealing. I watch Brokenwood on Acorn TV. For us, it's a perfect Sunday night show. It's mysterious without being too heavy, with touches of comic relief, quirky charm, and stunning New Zealand landscapes. Ultimately, it's a murder mystery that the Brokenwood Police Department solves with clever insight and good old police work. The Brokenwood Mysteries has been on since 2014. They started with 4 90-minute episodes per season. These last few years, it's increased to 6 per season. I wish they'd pump it up to 12 to 18, because the more the merrier. Why is Brokenwood so beloved? There are a few reasons. One is the overall tone of the show. It's a near-perfect, cozy mystery. Cozy mysteries are like the Goldilocks of British dramas. If it's done right, there's a compelling murder, a mysterious circumstance, no heavy situations such as drugs or dirty cops or domestic violence, and there's rarely any blood and guts. In a cozy mystery, someone gets murdered. That's not so cozy, but the cops figure out who did it, to whom, and why. End of story. The banter is light. The explanations avoid involved forensics like you'll see on Silent Witness. Cozy mysteries are just right and appeal to a lot of viewers. Also top of my list for why Brokenwood is a success is the level of character development. The show stars Neil Ray as Mike Shepard. Let's take a closer look at Detective Inspector Mike Shepard, the man at the center of the Brokenwood Mysteries. He's not your typical TV cop. No designer suits, no high-tech gadgets. Just a slightly overweight man, a vintage car, and a methodical way of getting things done. Shepard arrives in Brokenwood from the city, but he doesn't bring the city vibe with him. He's older, experienced, and clearly been through a few things. You can see it in the way he listens. He doesn't rush people. He doesn't push for confessions. He lets the story unfold. And that approach makes him easy to underestimate, which actually works in his favor. People talk to him, they trust him, and that's when the truth starts to surface. I'm sure many detectives operate that way in real life. Listen more, talk less. He's got quirks, though. He loves country music on vinyl and cassette. He drinks instant coffee. He drives a 1971 Holden Kingswood. More on the car later. None of these traits feels forced. They aren't affectations. They're habits. They tell you that he's settled into who he is. He's not trying to impress anyone. He's not trying to reinvent himself. He's got quirks and personality, but he's not a tortured soul with dramatic breakdowns. Shepard's strength is his emotional intelligence. He reads people well. He notices what others miss, not just clues, but motives, regrets, relationships. He's especially good with grief. When someone has lost a loved one, He doesn't offer platitudes. He gives them space, and he asks the right questions. He knows when to stop talking. Detective Inspector Shepard's most unusual quirk? He always needs to have a conversation with the victim, the dead guy. He kneels down, introduces himself to the corpse, and then reassures the dead body that they'll do their level best to find the killer. His relationship with Detective Sergeant Kristen Sims adds another layer. Sims is played by New Zealand actress Fern Sutherland. Sims is sharp, edgy, attractive, and not easily swayed. At first, she's skeptical of Shepard's style, but over time they build a rhythm. She brings precision, he brings perspective. Together, they cover ground that neither could manage alone. It's a team sport. It's not a mentor-protege dynamic, though. It's a partnership built on mutual earned respect. The running gag throughout the show is, if Kristen makes the coffee, don't drink it. No one knows why, and no one has enough courage to tell the character, Kristen, about her coffee. It's got to be bad, because who can ruin drip coffee? Shepard's past is kept vague, and that's intentional. We get hints at failed relationships, long hours, maybe a few regrets. The show doesn't dwell on them, but it is a point of conversation between him and Sims as she tries to understand him. In a genre full of detectives who chase closure, Mike Shepard is more interested in understanding. He brings the big city experience to Brokenwood, but he doesn't flaunt it in front of the locals. And as a person who was born and raised here in Hawaii, I can tell you this is crucial. That makes him compelling. It makes him approachable. He may not have been looking for a home in Brokenwood, but I think he's found one anyway. If you're enjoying the British TV Watchlist and want to help keep the clues coming, consider supporting us on Patreon at British TV Watchlist. Your support keeps the episodes flowing, the research sharp, and the kettle warm. As a patron, you'll receive shout-outs during future episodes, and you'll live with the quiet satisfaction of helping this cozy corner of British TV fandom thrive. We'll make sure each episode arrives like a perfectly brewed pot of Earl Grey, complete with a plot twist. Thank you for helping us solve the mysteries together. To join the case, visit patreon.com/British TV Watchlist. There's another character that adds a wrinkle to the Brokenwood dynamic. It's forensic examiner Gina Kadinsky, played by Romanian actress Cristina Ionda. Gina is head over heels for Mike, and she's not shy about any outward flirtations. She's also a proud Russian native and is always spouting about how things were in her homeland. And to add to the dynamic, Gina has some mysterious disdain for Kristen Sims. Maybe she views Kristen as competition for Mike's attention, even though Mike has no interest in either of them. Who knows? The character adds culture and some comic relief to each episode. Okay, so let's talk about the co-star of the show, the car. Mike Shepard's car is a 1971 Holden Kingswood. It's an Australian brand that dominated roads at the time, similar to the Plymouth Valiant of that era, or maybe today's Toyota Corolla. The Kingswood that you see in the show is not a replica. That's the real car. It's built tough, simple, and built to last. Back in the day, that was the car you saw everywhere in New Zealand. Farmers used it. Families loaded it up for long drives. It was reliable, easy to fix, and had room for everything. Today, it's rare to see one still on the road, but Mike drives his like it's a part of him. It's not polished, it's not fast, but it's steady. That Kingswood tells you who he is before he even speaks. He's grounded, he's been around, he doesn't need bells and whistles to do the job. The car fits Brokenwood. It's got history, it's got wear, it's seen things. And when Mike pulls up in it, you know he's not just visiting, he belongs. Back in 1971, buying a brand new Holden Kingswood in Australia would have set you back around $2,600 to $3,200 Australian, depending on the model and the trim. That was a solid middle-of-the-road price, affordable for working families, tradies, and anyone who needed a reliable, roomy car. Fast forward to 2025, and that same price, adjusted for inflation, is roughly, in Australian dollars, $20,700 to $25,500. That's about what you would pay for a well-equipped compact SUV or a mid-range sedan. So the Kingswood wasn't a luxury item. It was practical, accessible, and built to last. The other co-star in the Brokenwood Mysteries is that gorgeous backdrop of New Zealand. It's a stunning country in the South Pacific. It's made up of 2 main islands, each with its own dramatic landscapes. You'll find mountains, beaches, forests, and farmland all packed into a relatively small space. The culture blends Maori traditions with European influences, and the people are known for being warm and welcoming. Auckland is the largest city. It sits between 2 harbors and is surrounded by volcanic hills. Locals call it the City of Sails because so many people own boats. It's a busy, modern place with a strong Pacific Island and Asian presence. You'll find great food, art, and music, and you're never far from nature. It looks and sounds very much like my hometown of Honolulu, Hawaii. Well, that's it for this episode. Please comment, review, like, and share. Who's your favorite Brokenwood character? We'd love to hear the feedback. Shout out to our new listeners in cities around the world: Seattle, Washington, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome. We hope you're enjoying the British TV Watchlist. Until next time, cheers!
The British TV Watchlist is written and produced by Michael T. in Honolulu, Hawaii. Speculation and opinion powered by caffeine and curiosity. For more clever takes and cold cases, remember to subscribe, like, and share. Keep the mystery and the moxie rolling. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025 Michael T. Media.